Hey guys, what's up? I am Rosie, and if my throat sounds a bit scratchy during this, I'm sorry. But I am giving my first ever movie and book review, which is necessary because this is on Motley Crue's The Dirt. Today is May the 22nd, so I am 2 months late on giving my movie review, considering I watched it March 23rd for the first time. And if you don't want any spoilers, I suggest that you turn this off right now, go watch the movie, and then come back. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, anyway, the movie was really good, and if you go in just as a Motley Crue fan and don't expect this accurate documentary style retelling of The Dirt, then you'll be fine. Just expect to be entertained. Some of their truth is in there, but a lot of it is fictionalized for dramatic purposes, of course. For instance, they had Vince married to Cherise from like 1984 until whenever. And they had her pregnant with Skylar at the time that Razzle died. He was actually married to Beth at that time. I don't know if she was pregnant yet, but he was married to Beth, not Cherise. And they had it to where the little girl that played Skylar, they had her as a little toddler at the time of Theater of Pain. And then she was a bigger toddler at the time that Nikki died and came back. And then I guess maybe she was still a toddler at the time in 1995 when she passed away of cancer. Skylar died at 4 years old, and I don't know how many years they kept her at 4 years old in the movie, but she was in there for quite a bit. They didn't show her a whole lot, but I don't know how many years we're supposed to believe that baby was 4 years old. But anyway, Machine Gun Kelly did a great job as Tommy Lee. And the way he starts his scenes off in the movie is exactly the way it starts off in the book, which I thought was really adorable, because Tommy was like excited to finally have a turn to tell his side of the story. And I just love the book. Like, how could you not? It's really a great book, and I couldn't put it down when I got it. Watching the movie is actually what made me want the book. And so when I got it, by the time I got it, I'd already watched the movie like 4 times. And then I started reading it, and when I got over halfway done with the book, I put a bookmark in, and then I watched the movie a 5th time. So I guess I've only seen the movie 5 times. And I'm neglecting it, so I have to watch it again. But it quickly became one of my favorites. And it had the Ozzy thing in there where they said that he snorted up some ants and he licked up his own pee, and then Nikki peed, and then he licked up Nikki's pee. I've heard that story told the same way so many times over the past 20 or so years. How can I not believe it? But J.K. Lee said that there were no ants. He said that the part where Ozzy licked up the pee, that was real, but there were no ants. And he said that they were all messed up, but he wasn't, and there were no ants. So I don't know. Nikki says that it happened, and like I said, they've told the story the same way for 20 or more years. Excuse me. Um, so yeah, I don't know what to believe on that, but I'm not going to doubt their telling of it because this is their truth, the way they remember it. And also there was a little bit of a controversy because in the book, Nikki said that he and Tommy raped a girl, that he was having sex with this girl in a closet, and then he left the closet and told the girl he would be right back. He goes to get Tommy and talks Tommy into having sex with the girl. And so they both go into the closet. Tommy has sex with her, and Nikki, I guess, makes the noises or whatever to where she believes it was Nikki that she was with. And then she walked home, I think it was, and called Nikki and told him that she had been raped. And then he said that brought him to the realization that for all intents and purposes that he and Tommy raped that girl. But he apologized for saying that because he says that he was messed up at the time that he did his interviews for the book, and that never happened. He doesn't remember it happening. And 2 months later, after the movie and after all these interviews and stuff for the movie, still nobody has stepped forward as the girl who may have been this mystery woman that they were talking about. So until something's said, I don't know. But they don't get into that in the movie. They just tell like fictionalized versions of what happened in the book. Like the part where Nikki's mom shows up at the hotel to see him, and then she says that song about looks that kill, it's about me, isn't it? I thought that was like one of the freakiest things that a mother could say to her son. And when I saw that, I was like, that couldn't have happened. But then I read the book, and the scene in the hotel actually did not happen, but she did say that. So it was that like I said, that's a freaky thing for a mother to say to her son, but I don't know. None of Nikki's relationships are highlighted in the film. He was with Brandy Brandt. He even had a fling with Brandy's mom, apparently. And he was with Vanity, Denise Matthews. God rest her soul. So, none of that is shown in the film at all. Tommy Lee, the only relationship of his, or the only relationships that were shown, were his relationships with Honey and Heather. But in the movie, I'm not sure if I said this already, but Honey was actually Roxy in the film. And what happened in the movie, as much as in the book, what he did to her, I still believe that she deserved it. And I don't care what people think of me, you can't hit a girl and you're not supposed to ever hit a woman. Bullcrap. I believe that if it's warranted, I believe that, she deserved it. She deserved it. And I don't care what anybody says, she deserved it. And I didn't realize just how evil and mean these guys were treated by women that were supposed to have loved them. Mick was beaten up by a woman that eventually left him for somebody else. Nikki's ex, Brandy, she had him so pissed off, so angry, that he wanted to go after her and kill her. He wanted to shoot her with a gun. He wanted to shoot her. And when I read what she did and how she was, a few years ago she was picked up for drug trafficking in Australia, and I felt kind of bad for her then. I don't feel bad for her now. Heather, I don't know. I feel kind of bad for Tommy as far as Heather and Pamela go, because Heather wasn't as bad as Pamela, but Pamela, she tries to come off as a victim, and she still tries to bring up how Tommy supposedly beat her and all of this. But when he went into detail about it in the book, and then all of that, I don't feel bad for Pam. I don't. And I actually read Bobby Brown's book, and she went into her relationship with Tommy and told about how abusive he was, but Tommy didn't really tell about that. So there's kind of like two sides there on the Bobby Brown and Tommy Lee part of the story. I still love Bobby Brown's book and will read it again when I can, and I actually do want to buy Tommyland now. But and then there was Beth, who just up and left Vince and didn't let him see his daughter for another 10 years. Like, really? So these guys have been through a lot together and because of each other, and for them to still be able to come together and make another 4 songs for the film, I really admire them for that. And I loved the book, I loved the movie, and I give both 5 stars. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because I can, because this is my opinion and it's what I feel and I'm right. So of course the book goes more in depth and more into detail and is more accurate than the movie. So like I said, if you go into the movie as a Motley Crue fan expecting to be entertained and see sort of like a roundabout version of things that they've done and stuff, then you'll be fine. It's not an accurate documentary style retelling of the book. It's a movie. And as with any movie, there are artistic liberties taken for dramatic purposes. So just go in expecting that and you'll be fine. And rate the movie based on that and not how accurate it is in the book. If you want a more accurate retelling, actually get the book if you haven't read it. That's the only thing I can tell you. But yeah, so this is my first ever movie and book review. Motley Crue's The Dirt. Watch the movie, read the book, and listen to this. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you would like to, and share. And I want to thank you for joining me. Thank you so very, very much. I love you. You guys are awesome, and I hope to see you on the next upload. Bye for now.